Well, it's time to bring it on with your email questions, and this first one comes from Keith. He asks, does the church community have the right to look into a member's personal life in secret by any technological means?
Yes, if you want to go to jail, by all means, it's against the law.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's against the law. I mean, this is nonsense. No, you don't have the right. Absolutely not. What's next?
Okay, this is Jenna who says, I am adopted by my grandmother because my mother and father abused me. I really hate all the hate I have for them, but with everything that's happened, I can't find myself forgiving them. I am a senior this year, and I've told them to stay out of my life. What do the scriptures say about obeying your father and mother in this situation?
About as clear as anything in the world. Obey your mother and father that your days may be long. It's honor, not obey. Honor them.
Honor.
Give weight to the word in Hebrew means to give weight to them. Look, they had the juice that brought you into being, you know. That's where you came from, and you have to honor that. Now, you don't necessarily have to do what they tell you to do if they're telling you to sin against God, but you need to give honor to them. And as far as forgiving, Jesus Christ forgave you, and you have to forgive them or you'll be miserable all your life. There's something about being a Christian, you just have to forgive. If you want to have miracles, if you want to live a surface life and not even know the forgiveness of God for yourself, well, you can hold on to all the resentment you want. But if you want to be free, you want to be joyous, and you want to have your prayers answered, you have to forgive. And that certainly goes to your parents. But you have to give honor to them. You give weight to them. The fact that these are your parents. You only have one father, you only have one mother. You know, that's the way it is. Okay,
This is a viewer who says, I'm a 22-year-old Christian girl. I believe in staying pure until marriage. I wear a purity ring. I'm looking for a good Christian guy, but I can't meet anyone. How can I meet a good Christian guy? I pray about this at night.
Oh, we've got a number of very charming young ladies here who are praying the same
Young
thing.
men, I think. She's a Christian girl.
You know, I don't know whether that ChristianMingle.com, you know, that's one way, but you go to churches and youth groups and places where Christian, you know, certainly in places like New York City and smaller cities, there are places where Christian singles have come together, and you need to get such a place as that. You need to go out where people are.
Okay, this is Marie who says, Pat, for 12 years, my husband has been in church. If he could, he would beat me there. He's been caught in several affairs with women in the church and on the outside of the church. He portrays himself as one way in the church and lives another way. Will judgment not fall upon people like this? I've given him chance after chance, and I am always disappointed. No more chances. How do people continue to live with themselves and how they treat others? What's your take on this?
All right, first of all, ultimate judgment is in the hands of God. You don't condemn your husband to hell. That's for God to do. So your job is to forgive. But in terms of he has broken the marriage vow, he's abandoned you in a sense, you have every reason and scriptural justification if you want to leave, if you want to get a divorce, if you want to get remarried. But let the resentment go and leave ultimate judgment in the hand of the Lord. He'll take care of it. He knows exactly how to deal with him. And so don't. Vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. What else?
This is Brenda who says, my mom is suddenly having panic attacks. They're getting pretty bad, especially at night. Can you tell me what can be done about the situation?
Well, she may need professional help. She may need psychiatric help. But just a couple of things that are helpful. Green tea, there's what's called theanine in tea that has a very calming effect. There are other things, for example, if you don't have proper balance of nutrition, magnesium is one particular that's very important, that you get enough magnesium and possibly potassium, but especially magnesium and maybe calcium. You stay off of a lot of stimulants like coffee and alcohol and cigarettes and a lot of soft drinks and stuff like that.
Sugar.
Oh, sugar particularly, absolutely. Yeah, you can have a sugar fit, and you know, But if it continues, I think she needs professional help. But the panic attacks, it happens apparently more often in women, but it's very shortness of breath, and they feel
It's
almost
very
like
frightening when it
frightening,
happens. I have a
they're
number of friends
dying, but
that
it
had that
passes. It's not going to kill you, but it's just one of those very unpleasant things. All right.
Yeah, this is Mary who says, Luke was a physician. I'm curious as to what it actually meant to be a physician 2,000 years ago. Is there a reference available to answer this?
Well, you know, it's funny. There's a story about Asa. It said Asa was diseased in his feet, and he turned to the physicians, but they think the physician was actually magicians rather than, because there was a lot
Maybe
of...
that's all they...
Well, that's about all they had. So, you know, you've got all those Merlin the magician who, you know, they came up with these potions, and some of them were very good. I mean, some of the shamans in the wilds have gotten natural remedies that are very helpful. But the word is apparently from suke, which is the Greek for soul, and then the other one has to do with health. And so physician is, you know, by all means, I'm all for doctors, I really am.